morning. Okay, that was a little bit weird. Good morning. My name is Karen Kong. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ottawa, Canada, and welcome to my This or That Thursday. That was a little bit weird, but just like literally the second after I started going live, the screen flashed a warning that it was trying to reconnect. So I didn't know if I was on live. I don't know if that recorded. Anyways, we're back on board. So I am making a card today, and this is the one we're making. So it's really weird. Facebook has removed the ability to edit the covers of my videos that are posted to the group. So I usually hold up the card at the beginning just so that I can use that as my my cover shot, so that people know without having to launch the video which card is in that video. Anyways, I can't edit it anymore. I can't set the cover, but I still hold up the card first anyways, so you guys can see. So anyways, back on track. I'm getting sidetracked. So on my This or That Thursdays, I make one of the cards that you guys vote on when I post 2 cards to my group. And I committed to trying to use up some of my Joyful Sayings Ephemera pack from last year. And that's why I'm using Christmas stuff, because it's all Christmas, okay? So if you are joining me live for the first time, I would love you to chat, join in the conversation, ask me questions, and keep me company, because it's just no fun talking to myself. I'm just going to get my computer screen up and running so that I can see your comments while we're crafting. And just give me a second to do that. And then we'll mount the camera onto to see my desk, okay? Just a second. Good morning, Shlee. Thanks for joining. Okay, my computer's up and running. Let me move over to my desktop. Close your eyes. I'm just going to remount the camera. Okay. All right, I think that looks good. So here's the card, and I know you cannot see it in this lighting, but there is Wink of Stella applied to the little houses in the picture. So I used the Charming Landscapes embossing folder to create this little scenery of houses in the snow, and I used Wink of Stella to give them sparkle along with the trees and stuff, but I know you can't see that. And then I used the border die from Snowman Magic to make this snowy border. And then of course I've got my sentiment from the Joyful Sayings Ephemera pack. Thanks, Shirley. Thanks for the compliment. So yeah, and I pulled out all retired stuff. I don't think there's anything here that's in the current offerings, but I encourage all of you to pull out all your old stuff and use it up, right? So let's get started. I'm just gonna put this down and we will make some room on my desk. Oh, let me show you the other card. I'll give you a peek of the other card. This is the other card that I made. Okay, so again, from the Joyful Sayings Ephemera pack. And I just put on some snowflakes to decorate it, and that was pretty much it. I'll post pictures of that later. And we are going to go ahead with creating this card, which was pretty simple. Let's bring in my sorry, not the cut and emboss machine just yet. We'll bring in the trimmer first, the paper trimmer, and we'll cut the card base. Okay, so it's just a regular card base, and I'm going to give you measurements as I go, some of them, but don't worry about writing them down because I always provide the measurements in my video description afterwards. And if you're wondering if where any of my videos have gone to, my older videos, Facebook has changed their policy, and they only store the last 30 days worth. of videos. So all my other videos are on YouTube. You can find the link to my YouTube channel somewhere in my description for the page, and if you can't find it, message me and I'll send you the link. But that's where all my old videos are stored. Okay, everything is up on YouTube. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this piece of paper into half. I actually used a white card base. Okay, so this is a white card base, and I mounted Night of Navy on top of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut a quarter piece. Oh wait. Don't make me a liar. I am, okay, so I have a quarter piece ready. I actually need the smaller piece. So there is a smaller piece of Night of the Navy here from which I die cut the snowflake border. And let me just check my measurements. I need a 3.5 by 4 3/4 piece. So I'm gonna cut 4 3/4 here. Good morning, Sandra. I was wondering if I should message you and tell you to get your tea. But I thought since I wasn't beginning early that there wouldn't be any need to do that. Okay, so I'm going to cut this 4 3/4 and then 3.5 inches. And I'll probably have to trim this down after I'm done cutting the mat. But we'll see. Okay, so those two pieces are ready. So the mat for the background is already die cut, sorry, already trimmed, and then I just cut this one for the snowflake border. Let's get the card base. I have a half sheet of white already. I'm just going to score it at the halfway mark so that we can fold it. So this is at 4 1/4 inches. It's just a regular card. Okay. And then I need a white piece for the background, which I also have pre-cut, which is, let me just check, 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. So it just fits behind the frame there, okay? I think that's all the cutting I need to do. Let's put this away and we'll bring in the cut and emboss machine. All right. So let's do the background. So the background is embossed with Snowflake Sky. I'm going to get these plates out of the way. And where did I move everything to? Oh, it's underneath. Okay, so there's my background mat, and I'm going to take the Snowflake Sky embossing folder, and we'll put that in there. So I'm going to use more of the section that has less snow. So I'm going to position my paper closer to the fold of this embossing folder. Okay. Yes, I like the Night of Navy and white, but I also had to have red, and so that's why I added that little bird. And even after I added that little bird, I felt like it was missing something else. So I added that little bit of ribbon just to give it a little bit more pop in there somewhere, right? I wanted to have a tiny bit more red. Okay, so there's my embossed piece. It's hard to see, I'm sure, because it's on Night of Navy. Okay, and let's emboss the Charming Landscapes piece. So this is not a 3D embossing folder, so I need my other plate. Oh, this is the wrong one. This is the mountain one. I want to use the one with the little houses in it. I grabbed the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so let's put this in here, and I want more of the big house, so I'm going to position it farther to the left. You have that folder, Sandra, and you have never used it? Well, this is your chance. You can copy this one. I haven't used it a lot myself either, but I thought of it for this card. Okay, so there's my charming landscapes. Can you see that? Okay. And now I'm going to die cut the snowflake frame. My brain is not braining. Multitasking, difficult in old age. And I still have a ways to go, I'm sure, but you know, some people are thinking, but okay, where's my frame? Let me grab that. Yeah, I could have used the mountain the mountain embossing folder too, but I wanted the houses for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna try and center this and we'll see how it turns out. Because I find that my machine is tight enough when the rollers, when you put it through, that the rollers press the outline of my die into the paper too. So I get kind of a border pressed into the paper. Okay, so let's just angle that a little bit so that I don't get a terrible snapping sound as I push it through, or roll it through, rather. Actually, that's an idea. I should think of using it for my using the charming landscapes, perhaps for one of my next classes. I'll have to keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to punch this out, and there's going to be tons of little pieces. Oh, I should get my brush out. Let me just find it. There we go. Okay, I am going to be really lazy, and I'm not even going to attach it to my take your pick tool. I'm just going to use the head as is. Okay. Let's see if I can peel this off now. So I did think about using the adhesive sheet before die cutting this, but I actually stay away from using the adhesive sheet on a big piece like this, only because I'm scared of having one side touch and then not being able to move it and tearing the die cut afterwards. So I'm gonna stick to just using little dots of glue to adhere this. Yes, I have that foam mat somewhere. I just, like I said, I don't pull it out often unless I have a really big piece that I have to get done. And that was pretty easy. So let me just see if this looks even or not. I think I'm going to trim it down a little bit. It's a little bit wider on this one side here. And I'm just going to eyeball how much I need to take off. Like, I'm just looking at the gap between the impression of the edge of the border of the die and the edge of the paper, and I'm just seeing it's a little bit bigger on this one side. So I'm just going to trim it down to be approximately the same width. Okay, and just moving the oh my gosh, I lost the word for it. That blade. I'm using this blade. Okay. So that looks okay, and I'm just examining the other sides. I think I'll leave the other sides as is. Okay, move that out of the way. All right, so before I attach this, so this is going to go right on top of this piece here. I'm going to glue it on top, but before I do that, this time I'm going to use the Wink of Stella before I do that. And this does not get used nearly enough. It's just so fun to paint with the sparkles, and you probably have a hard time seeing any of the sparkles because of the lighting and how far it is away from the camera. But trust me, there are sparkles being brushed on. I'll bring it up to the camera afterwards. But it's a very subtle detail, and it's extremely subtle on white. But I like that little detail. It's more visible, obviously, when it's on darker paper, but I want to use it for the snow. Shlee's asking how long it takes to dry. It's actually pretty quick. It doesn't stay wet for too long. Like by the time I'm done coloring or painting this on, you know, I'm gonna go right ahead and glue the frame on, and I'm not too worried about getting any of the sparkles on me or spreading it around or anything. Okay, so I'm just going to do that one house and then maybe this house as well. I can add more later, but just for the sake of expediency here, I'm just going to finish this little house and then we'll move on to adding the frame. Maybe I'll add some sparkle onto the bird because that is red and you might be able to see that a little bit better on camera. Okay. So this should fit right on top, and I'm just going to check that nothing shows, and I'm pretty sure nothing will. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to apply the glue on the back of my frame, and then we will lay the Charming Landscapes on top of it, okay? And I'm just checking because the corners of this frame, they're different, right? So there's more snowflakes here than there is up here. So I'm going to turn it around so it's like this one, because I actually have a fairly large sentiment. I don't have a second. I already used this the second copy of this particular sentiment, so I'm going to use this one instead. Okay, and it's bigger, so it's going to cover more. So I'm just using the side that has less kind of snowflakes, I guess. Does it look better like this? Actually, you know what? I think it might look better on this side, come to think of it. I think I'm going to use it this way. Okay, so I'm going to flip it this way, and when I lay down this piece, it'll be on top like that, so that I know that it's going to have the right corner on the right spot. Okay, so let's get my glue out. And I'm just going to take off my glasses so I can see well. I don't know if that made it better, actually. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Came out too fast, but I'm just going to put it along the edges here. Actually, you know what? I should bring my silicone mat out just in case, because if I get any glue on the table, then it won't be all sticky afterwards. I can just easily clean it off my silicone mat. And I'm just going to put little dots of glue. It seems to be coming out pretty easily today, so I'm just going to do it quickly so I don't get too much glue. And I'm kind of making sure to try to dot the ends so that they don't lift up. But it just depends. Sometimes it's just bent the wrong way and it will try to lift up, but I think it looks fairly flat today. Okay, I think that's all I need. Like I said, the glue is coming out pretty fast today. I don't know why. I'm not really even pressing. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, so I'm going to put this on top here because it is smaller and I will be able to center it better because I can see the edges from the back. Whereas if I do it the other way around, try and put the frame on top, I won't be able to see where my edges are. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. There we go. All right. So let's assemble this card and we'll add the sentiment afterwards. I'm going to use my bone folder to burnish this fold well. Okay. All right, I'm going to use this side, and I'm going to put less snow at the top, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to put the area with less snow at the top. So Ottawa is supposed to get a ton of rain over the next couple of days, which is not good for the trick-or-treaters tomorrow night. It's good for crafting though. Although I'm the one in charge of answering the door this year, so I don't think I'm going to be able to sit down for long periods of time. Although our neighborhood doesn't get tons of little kids, although who knows this year. But we have a lot of retirees in our neighborhood, so there aren't a lot of little kids. But the neighborhood is changing, and we get more and more younger families moving in, so maybe I'll have more this year. Okay, so that's laid down. Okay, so I also want to add that little bit of ribbon. So let me just take my ribbon. This is a real red double stitch satin ribbon, and I'm just going to take about 2 inches of it. 2 inches around this. I just need enough to hold on to when I fold it over. Okay, let's just put this here. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm just going to use tape. Where did I put my tape? To hold it down. And I just want that little loop to stick out the side. It's just going to give it a little bit of pop of color and a bit of interest, and I think it looks good with the breaks up all the navy, right? Oops, moved it just as I set it down. Okay, so make sure it looks straight. I'm using my grid lines to help me line this up and gauge if it's straight. Okay, so let's turn this over. I think that looks good. Right. I'm wondering if I should move it down a little bit. I think it probably looks okay. All right, so let's put some dimensionals on the back so we can lift it up. And I'm going to use the edges here because they're nice and long. I hope everybody uses all of the dimensional stickies. Don't throw away the edge pieces, because look, you can use them for the long sides instead of using the square, the little hexagons. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can see your comments. Oh my gosh, 250 freezies? Wow. That's a small fortune in Halloween giveaways there. I don't think we ever even get to like 100. I think we are responsible for eating a good majority of candy. Which is not good for my waistline. So I actually said we were not allowed to open any of our candy until today or tomorrow. So none of it has been eaten yet, and hopefully we won't overindulge. But I know that my daughter is going to try and get as much candy as she can. And but although this year will probably be less because of the rain that's coming, they may not want to stay out as long as they normally do. Okay, I think they're all the backings have been removed. Let's take this. Okay. And we'll center it. Let me just... I know I'm very picky about making it straight. Okay. There we go. All right, so we're nearly done. Oh, we have a little bit of stamping to do, and I forgot that I have to die cut that. Okay, let's move the dimensionals back there, and let's get the sentiment on. So it's going to go right here. So I'm going to have to be careful not to apply any glue on the edges here. So I'm just going to use, let me see. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and use glue. So let's just put it on. I'm just double checking. I'm not putting it on these sides, so let's just put it on here. And I think this little piece that sticks out, yes, that will be on the card. So let's put a little bit of glue there. And I'm going to grab my trusty tweezers. Okay. And I'm just going to help, my tweezers help me to position my card pieces without getting my fingers in the way, which is why I love using them. So I'm just kind of figuring out where I want to put it. I think I want to cover that little hole because it's distracting. Did you see that little hole here? I just want to cover it up. There. Okay, so last thing is to stamp that little bird. Let's move these. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of scrap white. Let me find a piece. Oh, here. And let's get this out. And I'm going to get the Snowman Magic set out and find that little bird. Okay, here's my little bird. Whoops. Okay. I love that little bird. I've used that little bird on many different projects. He's really cute. Whoops. I'm going to put him back into the stamp set case because I don't want to lose him. Oh, I will show you the new sets that I just got yesterday in the new packaging. So don't go away just yet, okay? Let me die cut this. I'm going to have to remove these out of the way. Bring back the cut and emboss machine. Oh, I have to clear up all the little pieces of snowflakes first. Sorry, I'm just emptying that into my recycling bag. Okay, so now I can get out my bird die cut. Here we go. Yeah, I had almost forgotten that it would be the new packaging for the new products that are coming out. So I got some pre-order pieces for the next is it online exclusives that are coming out? So you can take a peek at that. Here's my little bird. He's so cute. All right, so he is just going to sit. Let's see where we can put him because it was on the edge of the circle there. Can I put him? Can I put him? Oh, he's not. It's not the same. I don't know. Does here work? Or maybe up here. Huh, I had not thought this one through because it was on the circular sentiment before, and now we've got this funny shaped ones that's cut to these words, and I want to put him there, but I don't want it showing like that gap here because I think that may look funny, but then I don't know if he's too close. See, these are the things I think about when I'm laying out my designs. I think I can get away with putting him there. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. I am actually going to use maybe a glue dot because there's a gap here, and it's going to be easier to just stick a, I think it'd be quite easy, just stick a glue dot there. In that gap, and then stick my bird to it. So I'm just rubbing it with my fingernail to make sure it sticks to the paper and easily comes off my backing. And then there. Okay, so that is the card. Pretty easy, okay? Hardly any stamping, just the bird. And I used up one more piece of ephemera. You'll have to tell me which one you like better. I think I like the circle one better, but I don't know. This one's cute too. Okay, so let me bring in a little sneak peek for you guys of the new packaging. Okay, so I did get like one of the ones that are on clearance because of this cat here. I saw a card made with it and it's super cute. I may have to reproduce it just for the fun of it. And then this is the new packaging. So it's longer than the original. So Stampin' Up! Is moving towards using just the clear envelopes. So this is the original packaging, right? In a case. This is longer. It's taller and longer. But it's skinnier, of course. So it's going to take way less room on your shelf. The only thing is that I usually like to store my my metal dies in the same case, right? So I can't lose them, like I did for like Snowman Magic. I have all the pieces I need for stamping and for die cutting for this bundle in the same case, which is what I love. I may have to figure out, maybe what I'll do is I'll just slide the dies right inside here. I don't know. We'll have to try this out. So this is an online exclusive set that's coming out. It's the, what do they call it? I did not realize. Okay, so this is the on display set. So it's basically a cabinet. The one they showed it as in the picture was like a cabinet, and then you can put all these things on the shelves. So I think it's really cute. There's lots of little images here that I think I can use by themselves, and I'm looking forward to playing with this. So you will see that soon. Okay. So that is that's the card this week, and I showed you the sneak peek of the second card, and I actually have a third card which I will also post with the ephemera, and hopefully you'll be inspired to create cards with those layouts and enjoy using that one. Okay, Sandra's asking, how big is it? Does the cabinet fit on a standard card? Oh, good question. I believe it does. I haven't even opened this yet. Let's see. How does this open? Oh, it's got a piece of tape here. I was wondering, no? Does it have a piece of tape? No, it doesn't. I lied. Okay, let's see. So it's sandwiched in between. Okay, so yeah, it fits onto... Let's just compare. Yeah, it fits right into a card front, a regular card. So lots of pieces here to play with. I'm excited to play with that. Okay, all right. So that's it. Hopefully you'll find some time this week in the rain that's coming to do some crafting and have fun with that. Have a great week, guys. I will see you next week.